What is up everyone, it's me Dan here, and today I'm here with a discussion video for The Flash for a change. Yeah, not an Arrow video, it's actually going to be a Flash video today, but not exactly a positive one, because today I'm here to give my thoughts on why I personally think that The Flash Season 4, the current season we're on now, is actually a bit disappointing and worse in my opinion so far than Season 3. So I think a lot of people can agree that in terms of like full seasons that we've had of The Flash, Season 3 was the weakest season. It had the worst villain. I feel like the finale was really disappointing, and just a lot of other factors in general contributed to it being regarded by many as being the worst season. But we've had, I believe, if I remember off the top of my head, 14 episodes of The Flash Season 4. And I've got to say, compared to the first 14 episodes of The Flash Season 3, I feel like this season's been a bit of a letdown, to be perfectly honest, and it's down to a lot of factors in my opinion. Now don't worry, the season isn't over, the season can still improve, because I feel like where The Flash Season 3 fucked up was in its last few episodes. So there is still time for this season to redeem itself, but I felt like I needed to explain where I feel like this season of The Flash has faltered and where I think it can improve with the remaining episodes of this season. The first big problem I have with The Flash Season 4 is the comedy. The comedy for me just feels very off, and I understand why the writers are implementing it. They want to try and get that Season 1 feel back to the show, which I completely understand because Season 1 is my favourite season of The Flash. But the problem is that this comedy just feels so unfunny and really out of place, and at times even unintentionally dark, which I don't think the writers do mean to do by any harm or on purpose, but it just comes across as that way. For example, there's episode 2 where Iris and Barry have therapy couple sessions. They joke about the deaths of Eddie Thorne, Henry Allen, and Nora Allen, and like almost every character that's died, they make a joke out of it, and it feels so wrong and unfunny. And then there's a scene like in about, I want to say, the next episode or a few episodes later, when Iris is like sitting in a church at a funeral because she wants to get married to Barry, and it's just, or something along those lines, and it doesn't land with me. That kind of humour just does not appeal to me. I don't find it funny, and from what I've read online and people making videos, they agree with me that that kind of stuff is just not funny, and it feels very misplaced. And I feel like a lot of this humour at the moment right now on The Flash is being given to one character specifically, and that is Ralph Dibny. And I like Ralph as a character. I think Hartley Sawyer does a great job of the role, but the amount of unfunny comedy that he's been given as a character over these last few episodes has really started to annoy me, and I'm really starting to get to the point now where I really can't take much more of his just really unfunny jokes that just don't land and feel so out of place in this season. So if they can eliminate these jokes in the back half of the season, then fingers crossed the season, you know, in terms of a comedy aspect, will improve. The second reason I feel like this season has been a disappointment is kind of in relation to the first problem I had with the comedy, but for the second reason, it's just the tone of the show. The tone feels very disjointed from one another, and what I mean by this is that you have these comedic elements in episodes, but you're also combining it with some really darker elements, and for me, the two things aren't going together really well. There's something missing in there that's allowing the two to sync together really well. Like I said earlier on in the video, Season 2 for me had the best tone out of all the seasons of The Flash, because it was able to mix, you know, light-hearted and dark and serious together, and it molded together really well. But here, it's just not happening. You're combining these comedy elements with a villain who goes around and kills a lot of people. In fact, I would argue that the Thinker is maybe the darkest villain that The Flash has had. Having that in the backdrop of all this comedy, it just feels very strange to me, and I just feel like the tone just, it isn't gelling as well. There's something about it that's making it less enjoyable than it was beforehand. So my wish for that would be just for the writers to take a look back at Season 2 and what they did there, and implement that structure of tone into the remaining episodes of this season, because I feel like if they do that, they can deliver a tone that is good, but at the moment, I just feel like it's kind of all over the place. It can't really decide what it wants to be. The third problem I have with this season is the main villain himself, Clifford Devoe. I just don't think he's that interesting of a villain. When he first came onto the show, and he was played by Neil Sandilands, I was interested because it was a different villain to what we'd had before. It wasn't a speedster villain. I thought Neil Sandilands gave a great performance in the episodes that he was in, but then in episode 9 they made the decision to change the actor, and ever since then it feels like we've just been having this rotating door of people playing the Thinker / Clifford Devoe, and it's just annoying me so much because I'm not able to attach myself to this person when actors who are playing him are changing every 3 episodes, and there's no connection there. There's no way for us to have like a visual connection to the character because it's a different actor, and I just find it really hard, and just I don't understand it at all. Why do the writers think this is the best way to go about it? For me, they should have stuck with Neil Sandilands the whole way, because it's becoming a joke at this point, and I just don't understand why the writers think this is a good decision. It just doesn't feel, I don't know, I can't connect with this villain. So my hope would be that in the remaining episodes they bring back Neil Sandilands and just make him Devoe. Don't do any more of this body hopping bullshit. Just stick with him as Devoe, because he was the best one by far. He had the best connection with Barry in terms of like on-screen chemistry between the actors. So bringing him back for me would be the best thing to do. And then finally, in terms of my issues with The Flash Season 4, we of course have Iris. And I really don't like saying this one, because Iris is a good character in my opinion, and I have nothing against Candice Patton. I think she does a great job portraying Iris, and in previous seasons I actually quite liked her character, particularly in Season 1 and Season 2, where they built up the story arc with her becoming a reporter. But ever since late Season 3, I just haven't been really liking what they've been doing with Iris. I feel like the writing for her character has been so pandering to the fan base, like to these Iris fans or these West Allen fangirls, and I just don't really appreciate it. Like, what's happened to the storyline with Iris as a reporter? Even Candice Patton in an interview, when she was asked about it, doesn't even know if Iris is still a reporter. That's just not good, man. I mean, what are they doing with her? Why does she have to be this leader of Team Flash? Like, she's the least qualified person to be there. She should be in the reporter, wherever she works. Can't even remember the name of the place now, because it's that long since we've last seen it. She should be in there, giving Barry and Team Flash intel, but not the head-like person of Team Flash. It's just, no. And like, all of Caitlyn's lines that Caitlyn previously said in the first 3 seasons are now being given to Iris. Caitlyn is essentially being destroyed as a character because Iris is now basically taking her place when she has no right to be. I don't like this at all. And the fact that they're making her a speedster in episode 16, oh my god, I just, once again, nothing against the actress at all, but the writing for her character this season, I don't understand what the writers are thinking when they're writing her character. It's so annoying. So please, Flash writers, back half of this season, just don't make her this head figure. Make her leave Team Flash, go back to her job as a reporter, and occasionally have her work with Team Flash, or just relay news information that might be useful to Team Flash to them. Just don't have her as the main leader. Like, it's just, I don't understand. I understand, yes, they are married, but that does not give her a plausible excuse to just go ahead and just, you know, be the head of Team Flash. Like, why? We don't need this. So just please change that, our writers. Please. Just please change that. Because if it stays like this for the rest of the season, I'm not sure how much of it I'm going to take, to be honest. So those are my issues with The Flash Season 4 and why I personally have found it disappointing, you know, where I want it to improve. Let me know in the comment section down below what you have thought of The Flash this season. Do you agree with me that this season has been disappointing, or have you actually liked this season? Just let me know what your thoughts are on it in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching the video. Leave a like on the video, and if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time.